My students are all incredibly unique human beings who happen to have profound autism.
Welcome to the MIA Center.
They are typically nonverbal. They communicate in lots of different ways.
I have 5 of 6 students currently use an iPad communication device.
Students with autism typically respond really well to a structured schedule.
One of the big things we use it for is to set the tone.
People with autism have a lot of sensory needs. Usually bright lights are a little too distracting, loud noises are very distracting.
This part of the classroom would be where our centers or our stations are located.
Teaching all of the academic content is just as if I would teach a typical gen ed class, only you just have to get creative in the ways that you reach students with autism. A very common misconception is that students with profound autism are unable to learn, and that is absolutely untrue. My students are high-level learners, unfortunately, just because they are unable to communicate functionally in a typical fashion, like speaking. Oftentimes they're just overlooked. The best way to support someone with autism is just to include them in whatever activity, whatever might be taking place.
That's the academic portion mostly. This back here would be more of the relaxing.
And just as you would any other individual, leave it up to them to decide whether they want to participate or not. What's so great is that we can kind of pick and choose when we interact with the whole school population of 600 plus students, and also when we pull back and we kind of keep it to more of our little family when things need to be a little calmer.
Dyslexia is a learning disability when most commonly your numbers and letters can be flipped. So like a D would look like a B and a B would look like a D. When you're reading or writing, like, words can move and they can shift. And most of the time that's what it is you switch a lot of the letters in your head, so it creates a much more challenging environment to read in. I couldn't read until 2nd grade, and so I was really behind in all my classes, and so my tutor had tested me for it, and it turns out I had dyslexia. It's really hard sometimes, like you have good days and bad days, just like anyone else, but on the bad days, you can't even read a page. And so sometimes having those accommodations and that extra help can be really helpful. I get pulled into smaller groups. I get to work on my reading and writing with my teachers. I get to have more time on writing and reading assignments, and I get extra help with spelling. You can really be very smart and you can excel in classes. You just have to really work hard and be able to voice your needs and accommodations, so then instead of getting a bad grade on an assignment, you can get an extra day and do amazing on it. I want to be a maternity nurse, whether that be like labor and delivery or the aftermath of that or working in the NICU. I think it's going to be difficult, but I think that if I work hard enough, I can do it.